Hello everyone and welcome to our Friendship Call series. A little bit on that later. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ronja Baller and I'm a Senior Business Development Manager at the Department for International Trade here in Germany. The sectors that I cover are renewable energy and environment. This year, the UK is the partner country of the GREENTECH Festival. Under these special circumstances, we designed the Friendship Calls. Friendship is also a hybrid of the words in English and German for friendship. So through these Friendship Calls, we would like to bring the UK a little bit closer to our GREENTECH Festival community by introducing our companies, our forward thinkers and our regions with their ideas and their business as a background. Today I would like to introduce you to our colleagues from London and Partner, Miriam, and to Chris from Sustainable Ventures. Miriam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, thank you, Ronja. So my name is Miriam Ducke and I'm the Chief Representative of London and Partners in Germany and Northern Europe. London and Partners is London's international trade, investment and promotion agency. Our purpose is to support the Mayor of London's priorities in terms of promoting London as a desirable city in which to work, invest and study. We do this bringing together the London and German ecosystems. We facilitate introductions and we engage in collaborations. I would say that we see ourselves in the role of bridge builders between the London and the German or Northern Europe ecosystems. That means that we partner with VCs, accelerators, tech hubs and other ecosystem players. We run events, currently virtually mostly, but hopefully physical again soon, provide information and take delegations out to London. So for example, for London Tech Week, and we take delegations also from London back to Germany. One of our priorities is definitely supporting good growth for London. So sustainability, impact, clean tech certainly do play a major role in that.
Great, thank you. Chris, would you like to tell us a little bit about you and your innovation in your company?
Certainly, thank you, Ronja. My name is Christopher Morris and I'm co-founder and a managing partner of the Sustainable Ventures Group. Andrew Wordsworth and I founded SV back in 2011 with a shared vision of the world in which two of the gravest challenges humanity faces in climate change and resource scarcity are addressed by sustainable commercial solutions. And our mission for the last decade has been to ensure the development of the UK businesses which would achieve those outcomes. The first generation of true clean tech ventures. In the first instance, we did this through venture development, and we've launched 10 businesses of our own, covering everything from electric car sharing to domestic energy storage. But more recently, we've shifted to supporting other entrepreneurs through early stage investment, targeted support programs, and the provision of tailored workspace solely for startups in clean tech and sustainability. To date, we've launched 10 businesses, invested in more than 20, and provided workspace or support services to well over 100, all companies that have resource scarcity and climate change as an issue at their core.
Great, thank you. Miriam, how in your opinion does the UK stand out when it comes to green technology?
Thank you, Ronja. So I will speak about the UK, but definitely representing London, I will speak about London foremost. So I think that the UK and London more specifically is where world-leading expertise in tech, engineering, energy, finance and research converge. So that makes it to a global hotspot for urban innovation. In London itself, more than 250,000 people work in companies that have solutions to the climate change challenge. These businesses generate nearly 40 billion pounds annually. Then London has the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park and is home to a growing cluster of clean technology and mobility innovators. London, and I think that is widely known as a global leader in green finance, from green bonds and carbon trading to VC investment and clean tech IPOs. London is the second biggest source of capital for clean tech in the world, just after Silicon Valley. 2020 has seen a new record with almost 360 million pounds of VC investment into clean energy, just up until June, July, which is definitely a new record. In addition to that, companies have access to a lot of support schemes, such as the Greater London Investment Fund with about 100 million. And more recently, we have seen a couple of central government initiatives, such as the £40 million Clean Growth Fund and the 200 million Sustainable Innovation Fund. Finally, I think a point I'd like to raise is that the UK and Greater London is home to world-leading universities that focus on solutions to environmental challenges, such as future energies, water resources, circular economy, reuse of buildings and products, resources efficiency, and much more. And one specific example I'd like to mention is Climate Kick-supported Imperial Centre for Cleantech Innovation that delivers 3 successful startup programs for cleantech entrepreneurs who help to shape the low-carbon economy. And this program has brought about 80 companies that have managed to raise about £140 million in investment. So it's only one program of many. And given that we have Chris on the line here, I also should mention a new initiative in London. So together with Sustainable Ventures, London and Partners is amongst the founding partners of Cleantech London. Cleantech London is a collaborative partnership that aims to bring together London's cleantech sector, so understand its needs and support its growth. There's plenty of support in the ecosystem, finances available, and definitely research institutions. So lots of energy there.
That's great. And that leads us perfectly to the next question that I'm going to pose to Chris. Chris, how do you feel is the UK supporting your endeavour with Sustainable Ventures and the companies that you're supporting?
Well, I think the UK really does provide a highly supportive environment, both for startups in general and those operating in clean tech and sustainability in particular. I'll echo a few of the things that Miriam has just said, but perhaps would highlight 3 areas in particular. Firstly, attracting and nurturing talent. We do, as Miriam said, have an exceptional array of universities that excel in areas such as business management, engineering, and the natural sciences. And the UK is frankly a great place to study, work, and live. Secondly, the availability of support services and grant funding to foster innovation. If you do have a genuinely distinctive venture concept, then through bodies such as Innovate UK, our array of industry catapults and specific government departments, including the Department for Transport and BEIS, so the Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, there is readily available non-dilutive funding on offer. And thirdly, it's a highly attractive environment when it comes to managing and encouraging entrepreneurial and investor risk. So programs such as the Enterprise Investment Scheme and relatively modest capital gains tax across the board have helped to make the UK a tremendous place to either launch or invest in sustainable startups.
Great, thank you. It's really good to have your views on this. Very fascinating and interesting. So my last question would be, and I pose this to Chris first, how should our green future look like?
Well, that is a big question. What should our green future look like? I don't think it's necessarily a difficult question to answer. I think the destination is now fairly well understood, and it's how and when we're going to get there, which is perhaps the greater unknown. I think the future will be a number of things. First of all, it will be clean, both in terms of the way we produce our energy and the way we use it. Everything from transport to heat production will be close to zero emissions at the point of use, and embedded carbon and transmission losses will be minimized. It will be circular, so reuse will be the norm, with recycling where that's not possible and very little waste indeed. It will be connected, not by motorways, but with data. And it will involve choice. I think consumer behavior will play a major role in driving the change that we need. And the world that will be left behind, I think, will be a world of increased transparency and optionality. So 4 C's for you there, I think. Clean, circular, connected, and full of choice.
That sounds great, Chris. Miriam, How does your green future look like, or how do you see it?
I think I second everything that Chris has said. That was very profound, and so maybe what I could still add to that is also specifically to London, improve air quality, reduce ambient noise, making it more livable in a city like London. One of the ambitions of London is also to transform into the green infrastructure to become what we call a national park city. That means that more than half of the space of London is green and protected. You talked about zero waste and clean, and I second all of that. And zero carbon, we have heard the statements by 2050 that the city wants to be carbon neutral and net zero. We even have heard more ambitious targets more recently of 2030. So let's see. One of the things I may still want to add, which supports many of the things that Chris has said, is a very concrete one, and that is part of London's transport strategy, which sets out that by 2041, 80% of all journeys in London shall be done by either walking, cycling, or by use of public transport. So increase that sort of infrastructure and move away from cars or carbon emissions in that respect. So I think that's what we imagine the city of the future to look like.
That also sounds really, really good. I can't wait for our future. Sounds amazing. I would like to thank both of you for participating in our Friendship Call series. It was great fun talking to you. It was really insightful, and I think it was really good to have London presenting the region and Chris, you presenting Sustainable Ventures. I would like to say a big thank you, and thanks to our audience for listening and watching. There will be more Friendship Call series calls with other companies, other regions, interesting technologies, and our forward thinkers presenting the UK. Thank you so much, and take care.